Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back. Dre all day in place to be. I know you have guys that are missing me. The finals over, and you guys are like, "What are we gonna do? How are we gonna get more Dltv content?" Don't worry, we got plenty of content planned for you guys coming up to keep you guys interested in Dltv till the next season of Division 1, Season 2. But I'll talk more about that in a minute. Let's get into it. Like I like to always say, why talk about it by myself when I can bring in my guest right away? He's your friend. He's my friend. He's everybody's friend. And I mean everybody's friend. We got Tor in the building. What's up, Tor?
Hello, and I lost the straight face. That slug. The slug. It's so stupid.
Hey, Tor. Let me tell you right now, man. I always catch you in the lobbies in game, and you whoop my butt, man. First, I'll get a couple on you, but then you'll figure out my pass, and then you're on me. What's up with that, man? Why you gotta hate on me?
Because it's fun.
Because you know where I'm going.
I mean, that's kind of how I roll. I suck at the very beginning of a round, but once I start recognizing the patterns, it just clicks.
Yeah, I get it, man. I'm like me as a semi-intelligent person says, Dre, stop doing what you're doing, and then I tell myself, shut up, punk. Don't tell me what to do, and I keep doing what I'm doing and keep getting shot.
Yep. I think that's why I've taken to using the shield so much. It's the exact same mental process.
Now you're notorious with the shield, man. What?
I am.
Why you gotta be like that, man?
I guess I'm going to have to repeat myself and say, because it's fun.
Because it's fun. And what's so fun about the shield, man? Because you're good either double shield, single shield, don't matter, man. You can work it. How'd you figure all that out, man? You just kept trying?
Yeah. A while back, I was having a conversation with, I can't remember who, but we were talking about how just different ways to use all the different weapons, and I've had the mental thought of, I more or less have a handle of everything in the game as far as weapons go, and except for the shield, so I started picking that up, and took me an uncomfortable amount of time to figure out how I'd like to use it, but now I think I've gotten a good just setting far as how it holds.
Oh, I think you got it, man. I think you got a pretty good grasp on how the shield works, man, because you on that payload is horrible.
Yeah. I mean, payload is just my element altogether.
I used to think I used to think I was really good at payload. I used to think that I think I'm good at payload. I think I know how, because payload is a map to me. Is that you have to be at a position. You have to be there. You know what I mean? The things got to move. They're gonna be there. They're gonna attack. They're gonna defend this area. So it's kind of easier for me to cover it. But on domination, so much it's harder because there's so many buttons to keep track of, and you might not see somebody for a while. You might be standing back in your base defending and not see anybody for a while. And I don't know, man. I prefer payload. With that being said, other people figured out what I figured out, and they kicked my butt.
Yeah, that's how these lobbies are nowadays, especially without so many high-skill players.
No, go ahead.
In all of the lobbies.
No, and then what also sucks is with the Quest 2s, everybody's aliasing now, and you can't tell who's who. A level 2 is not a level 2. That might be a level 200.
I think the only person who can probably get close to that is probably Axion before they reset their headset, which is a shame. Having a level 100 player was certainly interesting.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to them. I know they were at 99 and they were just waiting to get to that 100 before they went to the new one. What's gonna happen?
Found some very interesting glitches for the devs with that, so that was a bonus.
They're gonna get something special when the game comes out.
I hope so. They deserve it. They're good players.
There's a lot of great players, and usually in most games that's a problem, especially when it hasn't even been released yet. You don't want to have these awesome players messing up the game for the people who just want to play casual against each other or something, or are starting out. But this community is so helpful and so nurturing. It's like, it's one of the best communities. Even the assholes like me are like, kind of helpful and could at least entertain.
Yeah, especially with all the Freshman Friday stuff we have, all of the beginner servers. Everybody's willing to help.
Oh yeah, man, Professor Quad out there and the beginners. We got also a bunch of tournaments coming up. He got that Halloween one coming up, I think this weekend, the Halloween tournament. It's gonna be
Yep.
it's gonna be, how that's gonna work out. I don't know the exact details for it.
Neither have I. I'm not going to be able to personally participate due to the inevitable factor of work.
Ah man, just call in COVID. Just tell him, I can't, I got COVID.
I mean, then I'd lose money for 14 days.
Not if you get applied. Never mind. We're just trying to hustle the system, and that's not good. That's kids, don't hustle the system. But so the game with the new alphas and everything coming out. What do you think about that new alpha, the one that just came out?
The new alpha, I like it. Blue definitely feels either more open in places and far more cramped in others. Like, and that rock at the very beginning of the next to blue spawn, but not quite into lobby.
Yeah,
I can see that ruining someone's day.
It's a weird. I thought when I first seen it, I was like, "Oh, that's a weird, item to put there." But I see it that it's useful for cover, and you can also go on top of it, right?
Yeah, you can.
So I can see it has a couple of uses, but I like my beams, and then also on other parts of that map, if you notice, like coming out of middle spawn for red team, I think it is. There used to be when you look.
It's a lot more cramped.
Well, it's for me like, okay, so you know that rail, you go to the second level from red spawn, you go up to the second level, and then there used to be that door that would go out to the middle. Well, I used to be able to cover both sides, the down the way, where like to the right, and also cover down the way to the right on the inside. I would cover both sides, so if they were coming that way, I could get them. Now they put that huge like border, like it's like a huge beam, and I have to move like so much further to see what the other side is. And by the time I get back, there's somebody already like 5 steps ahead. It's just complicated.
Yeah.
Man. They threw a bunch of wrenches, and I think they're following me, and they're just like, let's change that, because everything I do and hide and everywhere I go is gone.
I mean, we're still in alpha, so we can't get comfortable with anything. I don't. As far as the art pass goes, I like it. I think it's a little bit too much like Corey. I'd like to see more vibrant colors, or just something a bit less rocky, to give like each map its own unique feel. Like Metropolis was a wonderful step in the right direction.
Oh yeah.
And I'm hoping we'll get another something that's just drastically different, like orange. Like we'll get hopefully on orange.
Well, I thought for sure that they were gonna go with that blue that blue layout, the ice. Remember from, I think there was a concept art from Alpha 5.
I know what concept you're talking with, but from what I remember, that actually was for gray. Well, how gray used to be before they added all these little changes to it. And I do believe there was an art pass for orange, which made it look more tropical.
Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that. Tropical didn't even enter my mind. I don't like yellow.
I remember it now. I pulled it up. It looks like it's. I guess tropical is not the right word, but very, very sandy.
Okay. Like a beachy feel, like maybe a desert.
Desert, or probably Grand Canyon-esque. It looks like it. Maybe that's where Canyon came from for blue.
Maybe they're riding through Utah right now and they're getting too many ideas from New Mexico and Utah. But what I don't like about yellow is all the water, man. Why do they have to put all that water everywhere?
Because we're robots. We can't get wet.
Exactly. You're gonna rust out there, man. You're gonna have to have water boys out there keeping the robots going. How did you even find out about this game to begin with?
Side quest.
So you got into
I had just gotten the quest 1 and decided to put some games on there. I had to download side quest to get Beat Saber, and I just decided to get some more free games.
Ah. And so you came in on the side quest, what I call the side quest wave. Um, yeah, that was a cool temporarily bad, but eventually good amount of people that came through. At first we had a lot of trolls, but then they went away.
It'll get worse when we go into release.
Yeah, but not so much. I don't think it's not as bad because people won't be able to use aliases anymore.
Has that been confirmed? That's the first I've heard of this.
I'm pretty sure Facebook is not gonna let you play in game under a different name. They're gonna make you use either your Oculus or your Facebook name.
Oh, okay.
Mark my words on that, tour. If I'm right,
fingers crossed.
I've
already got my name set up, so
if I'm right, you gotta change your name. You gotta change your name.
If a bit longer.
You gotta change your name.
I'm not gonna complain.
Toridian Indian.
No, thank you.
Come on, man. Work with me here. So you got into the game, and what made you find? How'd you find out about Dash League, or like?
Gadsby, and getting on the Discord.
Okay.
Gadsby was like one of the first people to contact me about that. I was like, I haven't even played a month, and I want to enjoy the game before I actually start playing more competitively.
Yeah.
And at that time, I think I was contacted by like UNSC, and what used to be, I think, was Elite.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was. I was gonna say. It's funny you mentioned the other teams because I was just about to say that was an aggressive time where people were the captains were, or even not the captains, just teams were just scavenging everywhere trying to get players, trying to get these. Because once Dash League was announced and the elites announced their team, people were like, "Whoa, well, that's at the time the best people." So they already took everybody, and then they're like, "Well, let's just see what we could get," and they started scavenging. And I remember like a lot of people were getting hit up like by 2 or 3 teams all at once, like, "Yo, we need somebody, join us, we'll give you benefits, we'll buy you lunch." It was crazy, man. It was.
Nobody offered me benefits, otherwise I wouldn't have joined.
You didn't get insurance? Oh my god.
Nope. I'm paying for all this out of pocket.
Out of pocket.
I got gypped. I'm gonna have to talk to Gatsby about that.
For reals, man. Yeah, talk to the union. We're gonna start the Hyper Dash union for the Dash League.
I want to get paid for this.
Man, imagine. I remember back in the days when people were telling me like, "Yo, you're gonna be on, you're gonna be that esport. Everybody's gonna want to watch this." And I was like, "Nah, man. Let's just enjoy this moment." And look at us now, man. Look where we're at. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So you got on the team, and Other's a good team. Like they're cool.
Other is the best team. Don't lie to yourself. Other is the best team.
Hey, they're good. They're a team. They're there. I'm just kidding, man. No, they're great guys. That's what I was about to say. It's a great bunch of guys, and that's usually what you need. Is not only do you want to have a good team and play well and win, but you also want to have fun with the people you're with. And that's what I try to explain to the lower tier teams. I kept some of them kept folding and disbanding. I was like, dude, enjoy the loss. Have fun with your friends losing is what I want to say. But
it was quite a shame to see Onyx disband. I liked that team.
Yeah, Onyx, and I'm still holding hope that TMNM is gonna come back. They're gonna hang in there, and they're gonna team, but they're gonna still.
Fingers crossed.
I like fun teams, man. You don't want to have the Patriots everywhere. You want to have some Raiders and some some fun, some personalities.
You said the Raiders, and I could hear my grandma's angry rants off on the other side of the world.
What would she say?
She absolutely loathes the Raiders.
See, you need that. You need to have the good old boys, the clean shaved, the rule following. Well, not really a rule following, but you know what I mean. The technical Patriots, and then you want to have the crazy out the box maniacs gonna say crazy stuff Raiders.
Yeah.
Even though they don't win, that's not. You give them some time, they'll get there.
I mean, we're following that criteria. I guess Vibe can be our Raiders.
Hey, there you go, man. But seriously,
I'm sorry, Fathead.
Nah, he's good. He's
I
he
know.
knows what's up.
Fathead's chill.
It's chill as hell, man. That guy is all over the place sometimes. I'm like, wait a minute. I literally have 4 conversations with Fathead, and I'm still like, yo, are we? Which one we on? Okay, we're on number 2 right now. Okay, I love the guy. It's always doing something.
Yeah, certainly energetic and very good for the community.
Oh yeah. No, that can be said about a lot of people. I mean,
Oh yeah,
Fathead,
certainly.
Quad, Lat, to me El Chapo because he brought me into HH and he brought a bunch of HH people together. Like it's just there's people out there that I really that have that I've met over this whole time with this game, and it's crazy. Like I've built these relationships. Like, I mean, even Husky, the dude turned me on to unicycles, electric unicycles and stuff, and I'm still waiting to buy one, man. I'm gonna buy one, Husky. You watch, and
I got an electric bike. Those are much more fun.
oh no, electric bikes are awesome, and I love them. But have you seen Husky's electric unicycle videos?
No,
My
actually.
dude, and he'll get up to like 60, 70 miles per hour, and he's hauling butt. It's crazy.
On a unicycle.
Electric
I-
unicycle.
You're saying unicycle, not something like a scooter.
It's a one wheel, and he's riding like he's like taking
What
off.
the? I'm gonna have to look that up because
Yes.
that is. I would be shitting my pants trying to ride that.
Hey, thank you. So now you know why I'm so excited when I get mine. He's gonna know. I'm gonna play that video. I'm probably gonna end up getting hurt, but he's gonna know. But these are great people, man. Jax hooks me up with the adapters. Makers is my co-host. Percent's helping me with the follow. Sage got the Discord. I mean, everybody's doing dope things, man. I love all these people, and it's cool, man. Like the community and the people that I've been able to meet. And even if I walk away from the game and I'm like, all right, I'm done with the game, or whatever, I still have these relationships with all these people, and they know me and I know them, and that's great, man. That's what would never happen if it wasn't for this game.
Yeah, it is
You know who I am.
addictive. This game is absolutely addictive.
Oh yeah. So let's talk more about the game. So you got into the Dash League and other. So you said Elite, so you were there pretty early then. That's crazy. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had. No, I think that you know what? I think the Dash League might have been launched after Side Quest. I'm not sure. I gotta go back and check, but.
I joined back in June.
Oh man, let's just say I'm in
Now,
California.
I didn't actually play a game for a month and a half because
Why?
scheduling, but
Okay.
yeah.
You got to the league. What maps were you? You said payload, huh? That's your jam.
I'm primarily put on payload, yeah. I think it was you who probably casted my first actual league match on Blue.
Oh wow. I mean,
That was fun.
But yeah, I was about to say you were doing pretty good from the get go. No, as soon as you came into the league and I was casting you, you did pretty well.
Yeah.
And now you're obviously awesome, but I mean, even then, I remember you being real good.
Oh, I've always enjoyed this game.
Now, do you carry over those skills from other games, or did you just naturally?
So this is the first time I've ever actually had a VR headset. So, and I've never actually been one for fast-paced shooters like Call of Duty, Warhammer. I kind of suck at those. I'm definitely the more indie game or turn-based strategies. So this was definitely a change of pace. However, I did a lot of shooting with my family since I was little, so I think that translated at least decently.
Absolutely, man. You got that steady hand, man.
Yeah.
My hand, when I pointed it out, I shake so much you might think I'm robbing a bank and stuff. I'm like, I gotta steady my hand. So you got, I mean, payload's nice. Those are my favorites. But if you could create a map, what kind of map would you want?
I've already sent what map I would like to make into the creative channel. I'm not sure if you've had the opportunity to see that, but a while back the devs mentioned that, hey, maybe if you guys get good Blender, we could do something to bring one of your guys' creations into the game. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna make a tug of war payload map where the payload can go either direction, and the team that has the payload on their side at the end of the map loses. And it was this wonderful like three-tiered like U shape
Okay.
where I, took a lot of inspiration from. Uh, I think it ended up being in either Chinese architecture or Indian architecture,
Okay.
with like three-tiered towers starting wide at the base and becoming more narrow at the top. With the because it was U-shaped, I also had a bunch of rails converging on an island in the very middle, which would be the fastest way to get from one side of the map to the other, but it was very dangerous. And I had a ball putting that together.
Do it. What was the react? That sounds amazing, actually. I mean, I want to play it. What did the developers? What was the reaction from them?
I don't think I'd have to take a look, but I'm not sure anyone really. I mean, the community seemed to like it. I don't think the developers themselves said much on it. They said I think one of them said that it looked cool, but the developers are really good at avoiding making any kind of
Oh yeah.
indication of what they're putting in the game.
Oh yeah.
I If they do a tug of war payload map, I would be absolutely flattered to have mine be the template for that at least. But I highly doubt it will.
I mean, there's a chance. I mean, it sounds really good. It sounds really fun. The map that I want sounds stupid. I want a 40 level building so that way I could jump out the window and then dash back in and then go through floors. But that sounds really stupid. But you know, it's just something dumb. I want it. But yours actually sounds like it could be not only a fun map but a fun. But like you said, the developers are very good about being mums on what they're gonna do. Even if they like your idea, they might not tell you directly, "Hey, I like that idea," because you know they want to keep it a surprise, or
I mean,
they want to build.
there's potential legal ramifications if they do, so it's smart.
Hey, I mean, it is what it is. As far as I'm concerned, you could have any of my Hyper Dash show idea content from Dash
Oh yes,
Court
certainly.
to so you.
But you
think
know,
you
there's
can
always
dash.
going to be that one person who does something. Is like, I want to get paid for this,
Oh yeah.
even though I put it out in public and things like that.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, man. I. But hey, we're hopefully we'll see it in one of these updates. I'm still waiting for the hot, like like fixed cam. Like what I want for spectator mode is to have like be able to the same thing you do follow. You hit the shoulder button. Well, I use a controller, so I hit the shoulder button, and it changes a person. I want the same thing to happen for overview, like the drone, where I can set positions or even like have them set the position, but at least I'll be able to hit the follow and go to different areas of the map immediately instead of having to fly around or you know.
That would certainly be useful.
Oh, 1,000%, and I am hoping it's coming down the line. It's just probably super difficult, or like like you said. But I mean, that's as far as capturing the action in the moments. That's going to be critical. That's for me above. I mean, but if you complain enough, it'll come through because we got 30 bullets in the SMG now, not the full 32, but 30. I'll accept it.
How are you enjoying that, by the way?
Okay, so I'm loving it. Obviously, I mean the slow.
But you're hating the fire rate.
The fire rate is bugging me a little bit, and oh my god, I feel like the reload's even longer. I feel like to reload those is even longer. Am I wrong?
I haven't tested that. I personally haven't felt like it. I just think because the longer fire rate, the entire time from holding the trigger down and then the full reload after that just makes it the overall time is increased if even though the reload speed is the same.
Maybe, I don't know. Something about that reload that really bugs me because two things, reasons I'm always getting killed. Well, I mean, probably two good reasons. I'm always reloading and I'm always out of dashes.
The thing is, those things used to actually have higher DPS than the staple guns.
Yeah, I remember
with
those
how
times.
fast they fired. So, if you were comfortable in your aim, they were honestly far more viable than the staple guns.
Oh yeah. Oh, they were amazing, Tor. Let me tell you. And even back in Alpha 3 or 2, You could it had 32 bullets, and you could the fire reload was almost, for me, instant. So you could like empty the clip on one, and then while that one's reloading, empty the clip on the other, and just basically Ghostbuster beam the people like down the way. Like I used to love that, and I used to always hear Traitor. I just like raining bullets from across the way, dude. Especially a control point where you can see all the way down the way. Oh man, it was amazing. I'm pretty sure I pissed off a lot of people, and that's why that got changed.
I understand the feeling. I too am referred to as a just complete right bastard at most games.
So what is the worst thing anybody's told you, Tor?
The hard part is actually picking.
Okay.
As in, are you asking for passive, just in game being fun mad, or someone actually being genuinely mad at how I play?
Give me a top three. It don't matter. Whatever. You give me fun and serious.
I mean, in general, for the more playful, fun kind of mad, I just enjoy when someone's just complaining about how they can't hit me with the shield, because that is the best feeling in the world, knowing I'm actually doing that right. The second thing is when people have a hard time actually keeping track of me because of how much I dash around.
Okay.
It's just the third is I hear this a lot from, I think, just Vibe and UNSC a lot, but they are always complaining about how I just get back behind them and they just can't find me or get rid of me for the longest times.
You're like a monkey in the cabinet. Like, yeah, where is it? I don't know. Find it. Get it.
Oh, yeah. I just hide in the shadows and wait for the perfect time to just put a couple bullets in your head.
I mean, I used to be able to hide in the shadows, but all my spots are gone now. I don't have any more hiding spots.
I've found a couple in blue. I've started doing something very dirty. Like, you know how on blue there's that endpoint with that big blue curved shield?
Okay.
If you stand on the inside of that, where all the like fireworks and stuff like that come out at the very end of the payload is, you really can't be shot from any direction besides right in front of you.
Okay.
So you could so if you just need a spot for a quick breather, people are going to struggle to actually get to you for a second, and then you can just run away.
That's a good point. Get some dashes and take off. I used to be I usually stand on the other side of it, but yeah, now they changed that whole layout where the underway.
Now that they've changed the map, I can actually tell people what my favorite place to hide was at the time.
Okay.
Usually it was right behind either one of the pillars on the bottom.
Yeah.
Or right on the outside of the pillars up top, right next to where it used to have those cover above. I would walk, basically drop down around it, like where some people would now use a snipe. I would just stand there for a moment and just wait for people to start riding the rail towards the payload.
Definitely, I know what you're talking about. The drop down below. There used to be the pillars. You could hide behind those. You could also hide under the. What I would like to do now that it's gone is hide under the ramp, because you would have cover from top and right, and you just have to worry about the left and side, and then I could just shoot people going to get the life, or I would go around to the other side in the corner and hide underneath that cut, and then catch people not only the payload but catch them on the health. But of course, the developers are watching us, and they removed all of that.
I do miss that very bottom SMG trench.
Yes,
right underneath blue.
I know what you mean. So I used to be able to get one SMG with basically only one dash or less. Like I didn't have to, now I have to literally use 2.5 dashes to get my SMG. It's freaking sucks.
The combat in that area in particular was always fun because if you're up top, anyone below you was just easy kill, but you were still technically had ways to be shot from above and behind you. So it was just constantly changing levels to hide from the people being just shooting at you and hunting you. Now I've got less places to run to because of how less open it is.
Yeah.
I used to really rely on going around that main central column underneath blue, because it would all, I had it down so I could just get completely around that in 3 dashes and get behind the people chasing me.
Yep. Now how is it?
Now it's more um, going up and down levels a lot instead of going around them horizontally.
And what sucks is you think that's it, or you think they're gonna keep doing stuff? They're gonna keep adding or changing
They're probably
things.
going to keep tweaking the maps. They'll kind of have to with certain. Well, I mean, we've kind of already broken all the maps. They're going to have to fix some things, but that's going to be a constant uphill battle for them.
Oh yeah, I mean that's it, but
The changes they did to Corey
yeah.
was very needed and has now turned that map into an even more of a bloodbath with that tunnel going underneath.
I don't know if I've been able to use the tunnel underneath yet. I don't know if I checked
You
it out.
should. There's 2 SMGs and a hyperdash down there.
But definitely gonna have to change some things. I noticed ball map is gone, and I have a feeling I know what's gonna happen. But teal map for me was, I didn't like the death match. Number one, everybody is too quick and fast, and like when you got everybody shooting for you, it's too much. It's too much.
That nowhere is safe.
Yeah,
I hear lots of people complain about that.
nowhere is safe. No, but then once they did but I kept giving it a try because I didn't want to just get mad at it like I did yellow. Yellow's really bad. No SMGs. I ain't gonna like that level. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. That map sucks. But the teal, I'm like, I'm not gonna diss it. Just like ball, I'm not gonna diss it. I'm gonna give it a fair chance. And now with the new art pass, I feel like it's not only better, but it's better. I mean, it's like I found some cuts. I found some areas where I could go to, some places where I can maintain visual and feel safe. And I don't know if it's because of the art pass or just because I'm playing it more because of the art pass. What do you think?
Probably both.
Okay. Yeah, because that.
I will openly admit I'm glad to see ball game gone.
Why?
It was too massive of a map for what they wanted to use it for.
Yeah.
And it was too easy to cheese.
Yeah, exactly. I felt they were like, I was like, it's too big, and they're like, well, you gotta get the dashes. I go, but then you're just taking the dash routes. You're not able to go around or flank or do other things. So I resorted.
It's easy. The problem I think most people had with ball game is it's easier for one person to win
Yes.
than the entire team to win.
Yes. Which was usually Dark Ghost.
I mean, Dark Ghost is fast.
But I just resorted to defending. Like I was like, all right, screw it. I'm not gonna be able to do anything else but defend because I don't get the rest of the map. I guess.
Even that, the only way to defend on that map was to just constantly take that middle dash. That if you didn't get that, even if you had people inside the building, there were too many
Yes.
ways they could go to actually score a goal.
Yes, you're so right, Tor.
I know Fathead practiced it as well, but there's also a whole bunch of ways from outside the building you could still get the ball in.
Oh, I've seen people shoot it from outside the building through the hole and into the thing. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite weapon? Did I ask you that one already?
I have zero preference I have zero like favorite weapons. I can grab them all and use them to kill you just as effectively.
Okay.
Except for the sniper. I'm still working on the sniper.
What kind of weapon would you want to see?
Out of curiosity, do you read the suggestions channel at all in the main Hyperdash Discord?
No.
Okay. For like the last 2 to 3 weeks, actually no, ever since this last alpha came out, I was reading the patch notes and misread the sun flare as some kind of item, and until someone informed me that it was the actual, they put a sun in the sky in game.
Yeah.
And then that got me thinking, what if there was an actual flare in game, something that would actually be an AOA, basically like the brute flare in Halo, like you would shoot it and it would blind people near it.
Okay. That's not bad.
because we've got two of every single type of gun in the game except for utility. We've got the two extreme range weapons, which is with the sniper or the which is extreme long range, and the shotgun, which is extreme close range. We've got two automatics, the SMG and the staple gun. We've got two explosives, the shock pistol and the rocket, and then we've got the default pistol. And the only really utility item we have is the shield. So having a flare gun would just be awesome to have in the as the other utility item we have.
No, that's a great idea.
Like the entire idea, at least me, and I've talked to a couple of other people in the suggestions channel about this, is to have it be all the utility items are trade-offs of you lose half your damage, which happens when you pick up a shield. You can no longer deal as much damage as you normally would with two guns. So utility items have to fit under you can't deal damage. And the effect you get from it has to be as good as losing half of your damage. For the case with a shield, you really can't die from certain directions if you're using it right, which is a very good trade. With the flare gun, it would basically, in exchange for losing most of the damage you do, you would then be able to be harder to hit if you place it near enemies that were shooting at you, or shot it at enemies who are shooting at you, or you could flush out enemies that are just very well entrenched in an area. Like, I would love to see how it affects payload maps at various checkpoints. Because if you know an enemy is going to be watching down the main rail, reach around and pop the flare down the rail to blind them and make them move before going in.
Oh yeah, man. That's that. I mean, the way you lay it out. I'm excited to use it. I mean, we gotta get this in the game now, man. That's like just the possibilities of that weapon could really work.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Damn, Tor, I hate to do this to you, but I gotta end the interview early because I got to get ready for the next one. Like I said, Tor, if you're down to come back, I mean, obviously you're.
I'm always down. Let me know when you want.
A fountain of information, and you got so many ideas. We'd love to have you back on. But not only that, we're definitely gonna have Tor back on, along with Oak and damn if I can't remember who was before that. But we're definitely gonna have them on again, so we could do their follow, where we review the game footage on that stuff, like I did before once with Dark Moon in that group. So definitely, Tor, thank you for doing the show. Any shout outs you want to give out?
Certainly to my team, Team Other, the best team in the league, and anyone who says otherwise is just blatantly wrong. HH, of course, the most hard-ass clan in the league. Let's see. To the devs, we've always got to put the devs in there for making it an absolutely addictive game. And to the local internet towers that allow me to play the game, because without that, I'd be bored as all hell.
He said, "Let me thank the little man and the cable guy who keeps my ish running." Thank you so much, Tor, for being here. We didn't get to talk finals. We didn't get to talk all that stuff. You'll be back on. We can do it. But
I have zero problem doing that.
I got a few episodes coming up and a few coming out. Like I said, Dltv, baby, we're still doing it. I'm looking for contestants for So You Think You Could Dash. If you think you could dash good or well in Hyper Dash, hit me up, man. It's a fun game. It's not that serious. And also, I'm also taking contestants or signups for Dash of Love. If you want to do the first and only Hyper Dash dating game, get at me. It has to be 18 and over, for obvious reasons. But hit me up if you want to be a contestant on a Dash of Love. That's going to happen. So You Think a Dash, episode 2 is going to happen. And Division 2. I think Dltv was able to work out the contract to get the rights to Division 2 broadcast. So hopefully Dltv will be bringing you that. You know what's up. We got new members on the team. We got new members everywhere. Once again, thank you to everybody who helped me get not only 1,000 subscribers, but get the most interactions for 2020 for the Super Audio Network. Doesn't mean nothing to you guys, but means a lot to me. So thank you. And shout outs to Ascend VR. Go ahead and go to the channel, subscribe. Please do that for me. Shout outs to Tusky Baby and the rest of the crew, makers, and everybody. Shout outs to the 2020 champions, TBD, or now known as D, Determined. And shout outs to Tor for being on the show. Shout outs to Lat.
And a pleasure.
For creating Dash League. Shout outs to Triangle Factory for Hyper Dash. And shout outs to Hell's Hitman and my new Division 2 team. Shout outs to my captains, or I guess coaches, Percent and Laggy, because I'm part of the Phoenix. That's right.
Oh yeah, you did join that, didn't you?
Yeah. I decided to just stop.
You're in the other affiliate team. You're now obligated to say we are the best as well.
Hey, it is what it is, man. I'm talking so much ish that I decided to get in the game, and I knew I was gonna have a target, but let's all have fun, right? I gotta get the hell out of here and get ready for the next show. I was gonna say match. Thank you so much, Tor. Thank you to everybody. I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
Have a good day.
Peace.